Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P-Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab, in the book, what I do for you. Oh, we got a nice lesson today. Let's go. Writism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka to know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Okay, let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. If you pay attention, I got you. It's rhetorical, but if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. Yeah, I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to Mayat, be true. I would give you a lesson about the three conscious states of mind. I'm going to break it down to you even more better. We're going to have the distracted state of mind. I'm going to take you through the dull state of mind and wrap it up with, the state of lucidity. Okay? That means harmony, purity, and balance in oneself. This is some good lessons. Let's go. It's going to be a while, so get comfortable, put your thinking cap on, and open up your ears. Let's rock. Let's start with the distracted state, aka agitated mind. What's the agitated mind? Let's talk about it. All right. When Het Hadu was sent and projected from Ra into time and space, into the phenomenal world, to perform a task, to kill all the unrighteous. That was her job. Okay. And when she came in, the service from God, she fell prey to what we call human sentiment. She forgot she was divine and thought that she was just human. So she got caught up in her emotions, the ego on her side. And particularly, she became filled with what? Anger. All ego. Okay? That's the biggest emotion part about yourself. That ego emotion. The first one is anger. And it developed a need to what? Satisfy that desire for what? She wanted flesh and blood. It was good to her. It was easy to kill human beings. She was so powerful, she just ripped them a new one, okay? And they couldn't do nothing about it. And it started out just the unrighteous. It got so good to her, she had forgot her assignment and just was eating all humans. That was the concept of being distracted mind. Watch this. Now, this is the state of mind in which she becomes forgetful, right there, of her original state. And her, task, she didn't forget the task, killing and eating the unrighteous, but she forsake that and went for herself. Now she's satisfying her own self, and that's never a good thing. Why? Ego can never be satisfied. I'll tell you that for the longest. But in this condition, wherein the soul is now overpowered with what? Delusions from the ego due to the overwhelming pressures, sorry about that. But as I said, this is the state of mind in which she becomes what? Forgetful of her original state. Now, it is a condition wherein your soul is overpowered with the delusions due to the overwhelming pressure of the desires, negative thoughts, and strong emotions. These act as clouds which block the human personality from having what we call a clear vision or third eye vision of the self, your true self. Inner vision. This the artist sees that. They are called fetters. When you don't have knowledge of self, your third eye is not open, you don't see your flaws, you are fettered filled because you're running on ego and ignorance and you're going to do bad things. They are called fetters. And anyone who is fettered, have a fettered mind, is known as one who is what? In a state of bondage. Spiritual and mental bondage. Religion does that to you. Moving on. But this state of mind is characterized by what? Restlessness, distraction, dissatisfaction, lack of fulfillment, and constant movement that agitates the mind and keep you occupied on everything except yourself. When you work by this, you worry about that, agitated mind, you are distracted at all times. You can't function. You can't focus. In relations to the gunas, that the Indian mysticism called it, this state of consciousness is known as rajas, R-A-J-A-S, confused, okay, distracted. The mind is not focused. A lot of people think that's normal. Moving on, I beg to differ. The human soul uses the mind and the senses, meaning your mind and your body working as one. That don't get it. The mind and the heart had to become synchronized, okay? The body will flow where the mind goes. And the senses, in order to have human experiences in much the same way, watch this, a person uses glasses to see the world. I can see the world without the glasses, but to read and focus, I need glasses to magnify the words, get a little old, so the eyesight going. But the point is, when you got the glasses, whatever color tint my glasses, that's the color I'm going to see through them. So when you got a bad color, it's going to be wrong. And when the glasses are colored, like this, anything that is seen through that colored glasses is seen in the same way when the soul uses what? The mind and the senses to know things from experience. Best teacher is experience. So you want to learn something, you got to experience it for yourself. And getting your God experience, that you will want to have for yourself. Trust me. But everything that is known in this manner is colored by what? The thoughts, feelings, sentiments, aka egoism, etc. When you're working on the ego level, you're not going to advance. You're not going to get better. You're going to constantly have distractions, adverse situations, and bad situations, aka fetters, because you're going to continually do things that's going to cause them in your life. That's why. And you got to get rid of those things to what? Have that inner vision and be a better person. But this lesson is about a distracted mind. So therefore, the mind that is distracted, which means beset with ignorance, leads you to anger, hatred, anxiety, delusions, etc. You see where we're going with this? An ignorant person lives on those characteristics about themselves, not knowing it. And those people will act, those things in your life will act as what we call the veil of ignorance, which blocks the inner vision of your innermost self. This is the third eye vision, the consciousness. When your third eye's open, I'm doing a lesson right now. Third eye vision is inner vision. 2-eye vision is outward, external vision. You only see out there. You don't see yourself. And if your third eye ain't open, you're never going to know yourself. This state of mind is represented by one Haru as when she ran through the land, doing what? Seeking to satisfy her endless desires of what? To slay and consume human beings. The bloodthirst, the bloodlust. She loved doing that. So that's what she was doing. Okay, satisfying her desires. And guess what? Knowing that they will never be satisfied, that's why Ra had to step in and say, listen, we got to change the program. Why? Because she ain't going to stop. So they drugged her, deluded her. But the desires, I'm going to get to that next one. But the desires in one's mind that is constantly assaulted by the fetters are what? Endless. They won't stop. You have to stop them. You have to take control or the ego will run wild. Simple. No sooner does that one desire that's filled become filled before what? Another one arises. So as quick as you got that one, you on to the next one. Sound familiar? No people like that? They ain't never satisfied what they got. Or they want something more. When they get it, they want more. Greed. Okay? But this is because ignorance and greed. Remember, ignorance means not knowing. The qualities that come with the ignorance, greed, jealousy, hate, all those negative qualities, that's what makes you a bad person, because you're going to act on those feelings and emotions. And ignorance is feeding on its own ignorance. I tell you, some people so ignorant of themselves, they don't even recognize their own ignorance. They're ignorant of their own ignorance. All right? And ignorance can never be satiated. Ignorance will always want more. It don't know no better. It don't know itself. So it can be satisfied. What? It don't know what it wants. It don't know what satisfies it. But you come up with ideas and try to satisfy it. Never works. So we're telling about Het Haru in that state of delusion right here. That belief is a bad thing. Believe that she must continue to search out and kill and eat flesh and blood in order to satisfy her innermost urge. That desire, that ego, that wants what it wants and don't care about nothing else. And since that desire is of the flesh, meaning she wants that, her body and her mind, aka ego, works together as one. When the heart and mind work together, the ego ain't got nothing to do it. But when the body and the mind, it's all ego. Okay, and the body gonna follow the ego. But it is never possible to satisfy one's ego. Period. As long as she continues to believe that this is her true desire and purpose, she will continue in the endless search for fulfillment in the same manner. Like a person stuck on stupid. If what you tried yesterday didn't work, you can try it again tomorrow. And then continue knowing it's not working. It didn't work and still ain't working. You will continue. That's insanity. This state of mind, of consciousness, is characterized by what? Constriction of one's consciousness. It shows you a picture where, right here, the upside down pyramid. This is a dull mind, constricted. This is what the distracted mind, a little more open, but this is the final result. We call the lucid mind. We get there in the end. I'm taking you to the first one now. The first one is distracted. We come up on the door in a minute. Let me get this out the way. Where we at? Lord, I don't forgot what the hell I was at. So they're no longer, okay, here you go. Okay, we'll never be satisfied. Why? Because as long as she continued to believe that was her calling, she will continue to do that in that manner. That's people who are locked into what they believe. You can't change what they believe. Why? They have to. Because as long as they believe it, ain't nothing you can do, okay? But this state of mind, consciousness, characterized, okay, by constriction of consciousness, meaning narrow-minded. That's what that means. Dull mind is narrow mind. No longer is there all pervasiveness or peace, but a squeezing pressure of what? Physical desires of the flesh. When the body wants what the body wants, that's all ego. The ego comfortable with that. What? It ain't spiritual. It's done edge God out. So it wants everything material. Hence the devil. This is the devil domain, the material world. Here's the phrase. I'm about to wrap it up for you. The body belongs to the earth. This physical matter ain't going nowhere. So all that it went, no. Your spirit can go, yeah, but the body got to stay here. They telling you that. The body to earth. The soul belongs to heaven. Your soul is divine in itself. You, when it's in the individual had to become conscious of what? Its soul being divine. The soul's destiny is to go back to its maker. You just got to get it there by what? Putting your head on it, become conscious so it can go home, know itself in the physical form. That's the lesson. I'm going to stop right there. I got a little more, but I think that's good enough. I took much of your time. Hope I got the message across. Oh, wait a minute. No, I thought that said 19 minutes. Oh, we got some more though. Oh, I'm not done. I got more. Let's go. So that's an ancient Egyptian proverb. The body belongs to earth. Soul belongs to heaven, a.k.a. God. That's where God dwells. He told you he left here. He went to heaven. The big house, y'all call it the house with many rooms. That's the concept. That's where it comes from. But this is the miserable predicament of ignorant human beings in the embodiment. When the human soul becomes embodied in the physical form and associated with what? The human form, the body, mind, and senses, believing that they are one. The ego in the body believes that's it. Okay? But the pressure of these body, mind, senses, okay, will cause your soul to what? Forget its true nature. That's why when people say, no, the ancients left the phrase, know thyself. They say, after more studies, I'm going to remember thyself. Why? The spirit knows who it is. The consciousness don't know. And there's consciousness in the spirit. There's consciousness in the breath that we breathe. So everything that we do is geared for us to what? Know thyself. We just playing a whole bunch of distracted games by wanting this, wanting that, thinking about that, and missing the build. Those who get the knowledge of self, we do what we do. And where we at? It begins to believe, your soul begins to believe that it's the body and that the feelings, the sentiments, the desires of the mind and the senses, you hear senses, that's the five senses of the body, okay? When the mind and the senses, aka the body, are its own, not good, not good. Why? You earthbound, you can't ascend, you need your wings, you need to become spiritually enlightened. The spirit has to be enlightened. You bringing it down, keeping it here earthbound, call it hell. And this form of delusion, that's what a lot of people suffer from, leads many people on this what? Endless search through life after life, trying to satisfy their need for what? Companionship, comfort, aka happiness, ever after. No, ever after is gained here. You can't get ever after and ever after. No, you got to get to that from doing it here. And what's this? Through worldly, first of all, and they want this through worldly objects, ain't ever going to happen. And other human personalities. If you think a man is going to bring you happiness, you're wrong. You think a woman, you're still wrong. Okay, so that don't do it. Male or female, don't do it. Outside entity can't bring you happiness. It's an eternal thing. However, the real need and the innermost desires is to what? Discover oneself. That's why we in search of what? Ourself. To what? To know thyself. To know who I am. Or excuse me. Yeah. Who am I? The great I am. Tell who I am that I am. You are who you are. Who you are, what you are, who you believe you are. So if somebody can get your belief to sway outside of God, they got you going the wrong way. That's called religion. In this state, most people are concerned. Are you ready? This is what drives me crazy. And this is a fact of life. I'm wrapping up with this one. Most people concerned with getting rich or acquiring objects which they perceive as sources of pleasure. And for temporary, yeah, okay? But the way to get it, hard work, that's good. But some people don't get it that way. They pretty much cheap, okay? And they don't really deserve what they get, so they have to pay for that on their own. But there is little thought given to why there is only a brief period of what? Apparent fulfillment once an object or a situation that was desired that you thought was so good is finally acquired. That girl, you finally get it after you get out and all that. You lose interest real fast. That's an object. So that's why that didn't bring you happiness. You thought it would, but it didn't make you happy for a minute. Again, both ways. And when that's achieved, there is only the thought. Now you got a memory. Good memory. Okay? Again, somewhere in this world, there is a situation or something or someone which will make me supremely happy and which will fulfill my desires. Hell to the no. But you got people still believe that. Live their life and put their whole thing in that concept and wonder why it failed. However, this something that they think or whatever is what? Never to be found in the world of time and space, because it don't exist. It's just an illusion. It's a concept that don't really pan out. Get the concept? And wrapping up with this one. This is another ancient Egyptian proverb. Searching for one's self in the world is the pursuit of an illusion. That's the end of the caveat. I just told you. If you think any of those things will get it for you, that's an illusion. Okay? And simple as that. Stop. Why? It won't get you nowhere. Never got anybody who thought it, used it, ever worked out. So scratch that concept. Moving on. Right thinkers, hope you enjoyed the lesson. I want to keep going. I'm going to keep going. People in the distracted state of mind. Some of us think that state of mind is normal. That's what I had to get it to. People that's in the distracted state considered as normal by what? Mainstream society. If you say 85% of people, the masses are ignorant, why would you put any stock in them? People in this state of mind, distracted, will often what? Act out of selfishness and will not consider the consequences of their actions. That's the biggest bugaboo for all you ignorant people doing ignorant shit and wonder, oh yeah, now you're responsible. The consequences. A bad decision means you're going to suffer. Good decision means you're going to get good things. Easy decision to make, but we still think we know better, we know more, and no, it don't change for nobody. The philosophy and principles don't care. They don't care if you're going to use them for good or bad. Don't care if you get them or don't get them. They just there. They just do what they do. Your job is to understand them, use them to your benefit. And what happens? They experience what we call the thermometer existence. What's the thermometer? The temperature is down. When it's cold, it's down. When it gets heated, it rises. So depending on what the situation, that's how you act and that's how you conduct yourself. That's pure ignorance, okay? This means that what? They only experience mood swings, depending on how you feel, that's what's going to lead you down that path. That's never good. If you let your emotions lead you, you're going to end up in a bad place. You experience mood swings and what? A constant flow of what? Emotions and desires. If you're not able to control them, they're going to control you. And now you got to pay the consequences of those actions that you let control you, but you got to deal with them. They may be reasonably honest under normal and ordinary conditions and situations, but when under the pressure or temptation, they may lie, cheat, or even steal. I won't do those things. I don't give a damn. Okay? I can't be swayed. No, I'm not doing that. Why? I know better. If you're ignorant and you're, not really, you might make that decision. As they said, you can seem to be good, you can appear to be good, but when push comes to shove, you might not be all that good. I tell you, integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching. A lot of us don't have integrity. Why? Because if they think nobody's watching, they're dead. That's an insincere person to themselves. I don't steal. If it ain't mine, if I come somewhere and something's there, whether I like it, don't give a damn. It ain't mine. I'm not touching it. Why? I was raised that way and I know better. That's why if you're a thief, you lost this person, you want to get something for nothing so that you will think nobody watching? Yeah, nobody see it. Karma sees it. Just a little tidbit, throw that in for you. So thinking you get away with stuff, please don't do that because you don't. Again, I'm stopping listening right there. I just keep popping on. So let me stop it right here. I got something to do. Right, thinkers, I appreciate you tuning in. I ain't done yet. Just gonna take a break. I'll be right back with some more for you. But in closing, right thinkers, may you all let it be 100 miles a day. So I'm nothing of my right thinkers who learn about a distracted state of mind. This is just the first level has passed away. I got more for you. I'll be right back.